Hi, this is David Dusek, and welcome to this week's edition of This Week in Gear. Vaughn Taylor is the winner of the 2016 AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am, and here's a list of the golf clubs he had in his bag at Pebble. He had, for a driver, a TaylorMade R11S with 9 degrees of loft and an Oban Kaishi white 65S shaft. His fairway woods were both TaylorMade Rocket Ball Stage 2, a 14.5 degree and an 18.5 degree, and both of them had all the Latour Blue 85X shafts. His irons are TaylorMade Tour Preferred MBs, a 3 through 9 iron with True Temper Dynamic Gold Tour Issue X100 shafts. His wedges were a Cleveland 588 RTX 2.0. The 48 degree had a True Temper Dynamic Gold Tour Issue X100 shafts. The 54 and the 60 degree each had S400 shafts. His putter is an Odyssey Versa No. 790 prototype, and his golf ball was a Titleist Pro V1X. Although he didn't win the golf tournament, Phil Mickelson certainly made some equipment news at Pebble Beach after he announced that he had made a driver change before the start of the first round that he played at Spyglass Hill, where he shot 68 on Thursday. Mickelson said that he was looking for a little bit more run out in the fairways, and so he put a new Callaway XR Sub-Zero prototype driver in his bag. A slight difference from the one that he'd been using, in Phoenix, where he said he drove the ball great. Mickelson wasn't satisfied with the way that he drove the ball on Thursday, and so he went back to the other XR Sub-Zero driver that he had been playing. That driver had a center of gravity that was slightly further back, so he probably wasn't going to get the rollout that he was looking for in the fairway, but he was looking for a little bit more accuracy. And finally, according to TaylorMade, Jason Day showed up at Pebble Beach with his typical TaylorMade Aero Burner 16.5 degree 3HL fairway wood, but he left with a pair of the company's new M2 3 woods. The first one was built to the exact same spec as that Aero Burner, but it turns out that Jason Day carried with that one 280 yards and got a rollout of another 20, pushing it to almost 300 yards, which is too much for a gapping story. It left too big of a gap between that club and his irons. So they made him another TaylorMade M2 fairway wood with 1 degree more loft and a half inch shorter. That one he ended up carrying 275 yards, but he hit the ball higher and it only rolled out another 5 yards to a total of 280. Day is going to keep both of those golf clubs. The one that goes farther he's going to use as an alternative driving golf club, and he'll put that one in the bag on very tight golf courses when he really needs to maximize control. The other one is going to be now his day-to-day club, which really is, at that loft, 17.5 degrees, is much more of a 4 wood, but he's still going to be able to carry it well out there and keep the gapping ideal throughout his set. This is David Dusek for Golfweek magazine, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week.